where them day.
You want to get to find no more. Just shoot the girl, say you sabi so call. She go recognize, say you know the moi moi. She go dance, so then you go stand the going. Stand the do yanga. Pay your money, come club, come the see the girls pay, check the kaka. If you know one dance, I make you waka.
And I know one make you did dance with nobody.
Where there's a boss, there is a law. We've created the law for other stations to abide. The new Boss Radio, 98.9 FM. Radio for the boss mind.
With exactly less than 9 days to go on Imoguba election, and of course with the whole nation shifting attention to about 3 states, Imo, Kogi and Bayelsa states. This morning on this afternoon, beg your pardon, State of Nation, we shall be looking at Imo Today and political events, where we try to dissect some of the political happenings within Imo State, and of course in preparation to the governorship election slated for November 11, which is exactly 9 days from now. Good afternoon. My name is Eustace Okere, and of course this I welcome you to State of the Nation. And this afternoon with me is of course a media coordinator of the Deputy Director Media and of course publicity of the PDP campaign organization right here in Imo State, in the person of Sir Sonny Ndoku. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon, Eustace.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
All right. Many people are shifting attention to Imo State, Kogi State, as well as Bayelsa State. But here in Imo, a lot of things are happening almost at the same time, with members of the Nigerian police rounding off their 3 days conference and retreat for senior officers of the Nigerian police, and of course assuring us of safety and of course hitch-free election. I think this afternoon the IG himself, the Inspector General of Police, did made that clear that the election will be free and fair, and of course the officers and men of the Nigerian police have been briefed to apply the high level of decorum to ensure that peace and of course harmony reign during the election. So how do you look at the whole security situation right here in Imo State in preparation for the Imo-Guba election?
Well, thank you. For Imo-Guba election, Imolites are still looking up to the security agencies to reassure them of their preparedness ahead of the push. And you will recall that recently there have been this fear across political divide, where particularly the opposition political parties and the voters, the real voters, are asking questions that how sure are they if the security agencies will ensure that there will be a fair, free and credible election. Just this afternoon, the Inspector General of Police, Egbe Tokun, while addressing stakeholders of Imo extraction, traditional rulers, town unions, political parties, etc., where he assured them that the popular militia group in Imo, christened Ebibago, will not be allowed to operate during the Imo election. That calls for a sigh of relief on the part of Imolites who are afraid of activities of partisan security operatives that are being used by state actors to, achieve their aim as regards electoral issues. So coming from the IGP, giving such directive that the Ebubagu or any other partisan security operative not recognized by law will not be allowed to operate. Also, the IGP assured that 3 Deputy Inspector General of Police will be deployed to Imo. 5 Assistant Commissioner of Police will also be deployed to Imo for the purposes of the election, and also assure that there will be a transparent election. We have always looked up to them. They give us this assurance, and we go into the election and we see a different thing. So that's just it. So
I want to ask you, as a member of the opposition party, the People's Democratic Party, do you still have confidence in the police to ensure professionalism and by being neutral during the election? Because over time, most people have reason to accuse the law enforcement agents of collusion with the incumbent government. So do you still have confidence in the police to guarantee safety of all?
As a political party registered under the law, we should also respect and also have this confidence on security agencies established under the law as well. But what we seek to get is these security agencies whose responsibility is to ensure safety, protection of voters on the day of the election, ensure sanity, should stand by their word.
Okay.
Because the Inspector General of Police will not be in Imo. He will be following up the election.
But he has assured that about 3 commissioners of police will be sent.
We have always gotten such assurance, and recall during the National Assembly election, the House of Assembly election, that was how we got assurances from both the DSS, the police, the military, and at the end of the day, the people who participated in the election indicted the security agencies for colluding with the powers that be.
All right, in case you're just joining us, remember it's the State of the Nation right here on Boss Radio 98.9 FM, and this afternoon we are looking at Imo today and some political events that have actually characterized the period preceding the election of November 11. And here in the studio with me is Sir Sonny Ndoku, the Deputy Director, Media and Publicity, PDP campaign organization for the Imo governorship election. He is seated right here with me and doing justice to the topic this afternoon. Remember, you too will be, of course, part of this discussion this afternoon. When the time is right, I will reel out the phone lines for you to call in and ventilate. Meanwhile, you can join us via the social media handles on Facebook, on YouTube, as well as Twitter, all at Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri. Just type Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri and you'll be part of the discussion this afternoon. Remember, our WhatsApp number is also very much available, 0806 999 2999. I'll repeat that, 0806 999 2999. That's actually for your WhatsApp messages. All right, let's get back to the discussion. Sir Sonny Ndoku, we are still looking at the issue of security, because I know that in some parts of Imo State, it has been stated, especially by the electoral umpire INEC, that elections will not hold in about 38 polling units, if I'm very correct. And I want to ask you, won't that be a challenge to the outcome of the election?
This election will be declared by simple majority.
Okay.
And with the established fact of prevalent security challenges in the states,
okay,
which has become a national issue. It's no longer a news to our security agencies, even to the presidency, that Imo is one of the worst hits of insecurity in this region.
Okay.
And recall that recently the INEC conducted a mock election to test run the polling units across the 3 geopolitical zones, senatorial district in the states, and selected carefully some LGAs across the 3 senatorial districts. One of the LGAs selected in Owerri zone, Ngopala LGA, a particular polling unit was also carefully selected to carry out this test run by the INEC and Umuneke polling units. And there are some polling units in Imo West or Low Zone where people have deserted. These are areas where this popular name we call the Omuma Magic, where results are harvested as against the creation of polling units, as captured in the voter register of INEC, which played out in the 2019 governorship election, where results were manufactured from non-existent polling units. So this mock election which INEC conducted to screen the polling units that will be accredited for the forthcoming election. So with what you said about that, it will not affect because people must vote. So you don't go to a polling unit that people have deserted. It's a no vote for that polling unit, and it cannot be added into the valid votes.
I asked that because the major reason for the for ruling of those areas is tied to security.
Yes.
And here the IG has assured us that there will be adequate security. Won't the neighboring polling units to the affected towns or communities, won't there be issues, especially as regards to voting on the election day? I'm talking about security.
And the IG today, less than 2 hours ago, has assured Imolites and the real voters that there will be free and fair election. And that is to say, if the IGP, the police boss, could make such categorical statement, definitely it will deploy officers who will man those areas.
All right, don't forget, it's still the state of the nation right here on Boss Radio 98.9 FM. Like I did say, we are looking at Imo today and political events. And so far, it's been Sir Sonny Njoku doing justice to the topic this afternoon. All right, let's look at the other developments within the week. Like I did say, the senior officers of the Nigerian police actually held their retreat in Imo State, which of course lasted for 3 days and ended about yesterday. And same yesterday, while these security enforcers are here in Imo State having their retreat, there was some kind of issue that arose as a result of a protest by the Nigerian Labour Congress, leading to the, will I say, kind of attack on the Labour president, Joe Ajero, which of course prompted the police to take him into safe custody. And I want to ask, with such scenarios, how do you think that the state is safe for every other person, especially the opposition political parties? Because looking at it, and of course these officers are still here. I'm talking about the senior officers of the Nigerian police and a whole lot of other events. And if not for their timely intervention, who knows what would have happened? So what do you think? It appears we still have thugs right here in the state that are ready to unleash mayhem on innocent citizens.
That what happened yesterday, to me, is a recurring decimal. Recall last penultimate month, September, where the Southeast held their economic and security summit. While the summit was going on in the state capital, some private establishments, particularly hospitality industries, some agents of the state government stormed into those private business premises and commenced demolition, while the state's Southeast was having an ongoing Southeast Business Security Summit. The one that happened yesterday, we had senior police officers having a retreat or a conference which coincided with the NLC protests. The NLC president Joe Ajero, wherever he is now, I share in his pain. I share in his sentiment. It's a national embarrassment. Was beaten blue black, and it took the intervention of the police. Even though the police have also made their comments that they never arrested him, rather they came to rescue him from some thugs.
That's actually according to the reports, the press release from the Nigerian Police Force.
Yeah, this morning while I was following Arise TV morning show, one of the reporters, while giving analysis about what happened to the NLC president yesterday, stated that the TUC chairman as well as the NLC secretary, in a release unveiled to the media, confirmed that some agents of the state ruling administration spearheaded that operation. They mentioned their names. They mentioned the names of the people who led that attack on the leader of the labor force. We've had presidents of Nigerian Labour Congress. We've never heard of any of them being molested by any governor across the 36 states of the federation.
Wow.
The first time we are having a Labour president of Imo extraction, a man we should give support to make case for civil servants, pensioners, was humiliated in his own home soil, beaten up. And according to reports I read this morning, he has lost one of the sight, and they are considering flying him abroad for medical assistance. That is the state we found ourselves. That is the state we found ourselves.
All right, and of course, it's quite unfortunate, having such a kind of scenario within the state capital. That's where it baffles me as well as many other Imolites who are listening at this point, because one would think that we are safe within the municipality, at least, in as much as we are talking about insecurity in some other parts of the state. But thugs coming to the state capital to attack innocent citizens, especially the Labour president, don't you feel that it is indirectly pointing to the fact that nobody is safe?
If the leader of the Nigerian workforce is being humiliated, who is safe? On a day where the police boss is currently in the States addressing senior officers of the Nigerian police force, a government that respects rule of law. According to them, one of the aides of the present administration, there was a court order restraining NLC from going on protest. Why not allow the law to take its full course? If NLC go contrary to the court order or the decision of the courts, they'll go in for it. Why take laws into their hands?
No, but does that mean acceptance? I mean, does that mean they actually accepted?
It's a confirmation that they carried out the atrocity. If you are coming up with defense that the reason why he was attacked was because there was a subsisting court order restraining NLC, they also come. Another version of their statement is that some NLC members who did not support or believe in the Joe Ajero leadership are the one that attacked him. I don't know how this add up. NLC members having their national president in the state coming to attack their national president wearing with government plated numbers and the vehicles they came with, armed with thugs. Another uniformed men, even though the particular security agencies they work for cannot be ascertained as at the time of this operation. But they were carrying arms which cannot be seen with a private individual.
Well, this is actually very worrisome, and I think at this point I would have to bring in our listeners to be part of the discussion this afternoon. And in case you're just joining us, remember, it's the State of the Nation right here on Boss Radio 98.9 FM. And this afternoon, we are looking at the Imo State today and political events. And of course, you can be part of this discussion this afternoon by joining us via the social media handles on Facebook, on YouTube, as well as Twitter, all at Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri. You can also call the phone line 090-922-29922 or 091-226-77989. The phone lines are 090-922-29922 or 091-226-77989. Let's get talking on this on some of the political happenstances right here in Imo State. Let me now ask, since the incident yesterday, and of course till this point, we are yet to get probably any message coming directly from the government. I'm talking about the governor, because this is Imo State and he is of course the chief security officer and should know the things happening in the state. So why is it that it's taking the governor too long to address Imolites and the ward on such development?
No, it's in the public space. The state government has denied knowledge of the arrest. They've denied knowledge of the arrest. The Imo State government have denied knowledge of the arrest. Well, police hurriedly came to the public to say that we did not arrest him. We took him into custody.
Yeah, safe custody. That's what the police said.
To protect him from attack. But at the point when they arrested him or took him into custody, he was helpless. Some media practitioners were also molested because they were trying to cover. They were at the present while the protest was going on before this attack. So they were also covering the event. And incidentally, while these people came in, they were also covering the attack. So some of them were molested. Some of them were taken into custody too.
And of course, to you, your own party, why is it taking you through time to issue a release?
We have released the candidate of the party has through the media directorate. We issued a release. Okay. Less than 30 minutes to that event, where we called for the candidate of the party, Senator Samuel Nnemeka Anyanwu, called for the unconditional release of the NLC president. And as of yesterday, last night, we learned he has been granted bail after the police confirmed that they only took him into custody to save him from imminent attack from angry mob.
So why are all these happening? I mean, why all these conflicting reports from government and some other institutions? Because the police actually said they took him into safe custody, and of course the agents of government are saying that they were not part of the and they pointed accusing fingers at some members of the NLC that are not loyal to him. So can't there be some arrests or invitations at least?
Well, the version of the story that some members of NLC attacked their national president is neither here or there. It's false. Imolites know what happened. Joe Ajero, once he's stable medically, he will address Imo people. He knows those who attacked him. It's not dumb. He's a dogged union leader. He's a fearless union leader. Once he's stable, in the next 48 hours, the NLC president, Joe Ajero, will address Nigerians, particularly Imolites, what he passed through, and those who attacked him. He will mention names. He knows those who attack him. So we are waiting for him, and we'll take it from there.
Okay. All right, now, of course, let's also dwell on some other issues. And one of the other issues happening, we'll come back to this later, is the issue of people getting anonymous calls. I don't know if you are in the know about that, or if your party is also indulging in that, because people keep talking about getting calls from anonymous callers asking them to vote a particular party, especially the APC. And I want to ask, why is that? Is it part of the campaigns?
Any government that is not popular will have to adopt every necessary strategy to woo people to support them. I've been one of their victims. I received their call. I've received their calls severally, and as a party man, I was called that they are calling from APC. They want me to support Governor Hope Uzodinma. I took my time to listen to the stereotype information, and at the end of the call, it was my own time to make comments. And I said, the caller, if he's an Imolite, should call himself and respond on my behalf. If he's in my shoe and such question was thrown to him, what he will respond?
Is that where you are a PDP?
I say, as a party person, because I'm experienced, I don't have. So some people disengage the call, because once you say I'm calling from APC, Imo State Government House, they will disengage because they are fed up with the present administration. But I decided to take my time and listen up till it concluded, and it was my own turn to respond. And I threw the question back to the person at the other end. Either is a recorded call or not, my voice has been sent. Now throw the question back to yourself. If I'm the one asking you or telling you or seeking your assistance or support for the present administration, knowing too well what we are passing through under this administration, what will be your response?
But there are Imolites who are also comfortable and happy with the way things are going, especially on the roads, infrastructure and everything that is happening in the state.
No. There's nothing like road infrastructure. And what we are experiencing in Imo is some governors who are not ready to go into construction of native roads. Native roads in the hinterland, local government roads, linking communities in the LGAs. Because they don't want to go into such projects, they resort to go into federal roads, where they will put in some millions and move to Abuja, press some buttons, and get their refund back. It is the job. It's a federal road. Okigbe Road is a federal road. Most of these roads are federal roads.
All right. Well, I think it's also good. We'll let our listeners be part of this. Network is actually posing a very serious challenge here, but let's see how we can overcome that. Remember, the phone lines have not changed. They still are 09092229922 or 09122677989, 09092229922 or 09122677989. Let's see how we can overcome the network that is being posed by the challenge that is being posed by network, so that we can actually bring in some listeners to this very discussion. Okay, moving forward now, Sasani, I don't know, many people are saying that the only billboards or images they are getting are those of the APC, and they are wondering if other political parties are part of this election with barely 9 days to go. What do you have to say about that?
Well, you recall that early the month of September, the campaign office of the Labour Party along Wedra Road by Emmanuel College, some agents of the government stormed that party secretariat and defaced their campaign billboards. attack some party officers, even to the extent that the current party chairman of the Labour Party took to the press and addressed the press.
Wow.
Where he relayed the activities of agents of the state government. Also, same September, the campaign directorate, media and publicity directorate, through Barrister Gozie Wachuku and my humble self, we addressed the press where we made it very clear destruction of our advert materials, particularly the one at Akabo Junction.
Okay.
Campaign material worth millions of naira defaced, destroyed. We cannot even find any of the billboards, the campaign materials they defaced, they left with the materials. We have billboards in strategic location within the metropolis. They removed and destroyed everything. And I want to tell you that
I mean, which people could be doing this?
Agents of the state government. Agent.
You saw them?
IMSA. They came with their uniform. With talks, numbering hundreds. And what they want to achieve is they want to give an impression. Now, there's other political parties in the state are not serious with the governorship contest. They only want the billboards, the posters of the present governor to be seen everywhere. The perception is these people are not running for election. Recall that the news, the propaganda everywhere is the Senator Samuel Nnemeka, the candidate of PDP, is fronting for the APC candidate.
I think I also heard such a piece of
we also hear that the candidate of the Labour Party is also fronting for the APC candidate. And if these people are fronting for you, there should be cordial, mutual understanding or relationship. You don't attack your friend, true or false. Now when you discover that what they were just doing was to send a dangerous signal to the people that these candidates of the major political parties, the PDP and the APC, should not be taken serious, that they are placeholders of the present governor who is also on the ballot, then the message that goes to the grassroots is, let's go and vote back this man. These people who are contesting an election with him are not serious. They know what they are doing. And that is why they decided to adopt a strategy. Don't allow any billboard, posters, branded vehicles of the People's Democratic Party to see the light of the day. And since they are in control of the government apparatus, the security is under their control. We have decided to also adopt another approach to go about our campaigns. People don't vote billboards. People don't vote posters. Sam Dady is a household name. Senator Samuel Nnemeka is a household name. Either with billboard or posters, we have done noble by going through the electronic media, through the print media and other media to project these candidates that has decided to come to make him safe. And the PDP, we are on course. So either they destroy our billboard, destroy our posters. Senator Samuel Nnemeka is a household name, and the electorate are aware of his inroad into the grassroots. We have our handbills that have been shared across the over 4,515 polling units.
You are able to move around the whole polling unit?
PDP is a political party that has a structure. Our structure from the state to the LGA down to the 305 wards, down to the over 4,000 chapters. We know how to reach our people. We know how to reach our people. since they are in control of the billboards, we also adopted another approach on how to reach our people, and our message is sinking to the grassroots.
All right, I think at this point, as Sonny Ndugu, we go for commercial break, and don't forget the State of the Nation returns after the break. Please stay tuned.
Where there's a boss, there is a law. We've created the law for other stations to abide. The new Boss Radio, 98.9 FM. Radio for the boss mind.
Look, young man, if you bash my car, I will call my husband. Do you know who my husband is?
Madam, what is your problem? You just hit me. You want to kill my family?
Oh my gosh, excuse me, did you just hit my car?
I beg, come on this motor mixture for road. You don't know say fuel cost?
Don't tell me that one.
Say you tell me say you get change. I beg, don't give me my 100, not pay me with anybody.
Madam, let the conductor breathe. Don't suffocate me.
Okay, I better not delay me. I better give that uniform and the 20 naira me come on for road.
You don't hit my car.
Join us on Boss Road Rants Mondays to Thursdays from 4:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. only on Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri.
Let us make him more safe again. Bring back peace and joy. Senator Sandadi Anyanwu will make him more safe again.
Let him call to Ndi Monile the task of making Imo safe again and thereby restoring peace and progress to the eastern heartland is a collective responsibility that calls for all hands to come on deck to vote massively for Senator Sandadi Anyanwu of People's Democratic Party PDP during the 11th November 2023 governorship election. Together, let's bring back safety, stability and prosperity to all parts of the eastern heartland by collectively voting PDP. Ebe Serembalari, Kong Nangwari, Loachina Limo, Onorokari Beyao.
Let us make him more safe again. Bring back peace and joy. Senator Sandadi Anyanwu will make him more safe again.
Akwụkwọ nsọ kwuru na nwoke ga-ahapụ nne ya, hapụ nna ya, gbakwuru nwunye ya na ya bụrụ ofu. Ha ga-abụ ofu awụ na imegbu ya na ịkụ nwaanyị ihe, mana ọ wụ iji ịhụ ya n'anya ga-ejikwa n'anya anya. Ịkụ nwaanyị ihe na imegbu nwaanyị, anyị ekwesịghị ịkwado ya n'ezinụlọ anyị. Gịnị na-eme n'ala Igbo ugbu a? Elee ihe kpatara ndị nwaanyị anyị na ụmụnne anyị ji anwụ n'ihi mmegbu na ịkụ ha ihe n'ezinụlọ anyị? Elee otu ọ ga-adị gị ma nwa ị mụtara n'afọ ma nwanne gị nwaanyị a na-emegbu ya na-akụ ya ihe otu isi akụ nwunye gị ihe? Biko, ihe ahụ ga-eme gị akụ nwunye gị ihe lepụrụ ya anya, agbanyeghị otu o ji kpasuo gị iwe. Imegbu nwaanyị na ịkụ nwaanyị ihe ọ karịra n'ala anyị. Anaghị ihe a emeela ọtụtụ ụmụ nwaanyị anyị na ụmụnne anyị ndị nwaanyị anwụọla n'ihi ihe. Ndị nwoke ibe m, biko ndị siri ike awụ n'ahụ nwunye gị ma n'ahụ ụmụ gị, anyị kwesịrị inyere ha aka, hụ ha n'anya, lezikwana ha anya. Unu akụwala nwaanyị unu ihe, unu egbegbula ha. Ka anyị kwụsị imegbu na ịkụ nwaanyị ihe n'ezinụlọ anyị. Aha m bụ Evangelist Mike, biko udo dịrị unu.
Linking with Boss Radio just got easier. Now you can connect with Boss Radio 98.9 FM through our website anywhere, no matter the region or time. Log on to www.boss989fm.com or download our app on your various mobile stores. Guess what? You can also make new friends through our chat rooms on our website or purchase any of our merchandise as you listen to our shows. It's super easy. It's on the go. It's Boss Radio. Log on today at www.boss989fm.com to create your profile. Boss Radio, bringing a new flavor to radio entertainment.
Don't do drugs, do us. Boss Radio. Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri. Radio for the boss mind.
All right, so welcome back. And of course, it's still the state of the nation right here on Boss Radio 98.9 FM. And we are looking at Imo today and political events with less than 9 months to the Imo State election. Of course, 9 days, sorry, I said 9 months. And of course, Sasson Ndugu is actually right here in the studio with me and, of course, analyzing some of the political trends within the state. Remember, you can still be part of the program. 09092229922 or 09122677989 are the numbers to call. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, my name is Mr. Rapo. Call for a Faku.
All right, Mr. Rapo, you're welcome.
The guest agree to you.
Thank you, Rapo. Good afternoon.
You have really spoke very well. May God bless you.
Amen. Thank you.
The worst thing that will happen to Imo State if this present government come back to power. That's the worst thing that will happen to us if this present government coming back to power.
Why do you say so, Mr. Rapo?
If you look what happened yesterday to the president of National NLC, if that thing can happen to him, the national president of Nigerian Labour Congress in Nigeria, if such things can happen to him in his home state, Imo State, what is left for us? What else is left for us? It's obvious. If the apparatus of state was descended on him in his own state, you saw the pictures, you saw the videos. The man said that because he had when God created him differently, that's why he survived this.
The state government has said it had no hand in what actually happened.
What else do you expect them to say? Would they say they were the one that did it? The man came to his state and he was manhandled. In NLC president, we're not talking. We're not talking about another person. It's the president of the NLC, and he was beaten like this in Imo State. So the one thing that will happen to us if this government come back to power, because nothing will happen. I don't think people they get this, they can even come out and even talking the way he's talking. So I urge our Imolites to take this government out of power. Come November 11. That's the only thing you can do.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Rappel, for your contribution. I think that's actually his own opinion. He sounds very much bittered. I wouldn't know. How do you react to that?
Rapport has just made a presentation like every other Imolites. The people are worried. We've not had it this bad since 1999. We've not had it this bad. We have had governors like Chief Achike Udenwa, who was in power for 8 years. We had Chief Ikedio Hakim. We had Rocha Sokorocha. We also had the Inhedio has 7 months short-lived administration. We've not had it this bad. People are worried. At the weekend, Saturday, you see people celebrating. Sunday, people celebrating. When it's 9-10 at night, people start going back home. Because Monday is like a lockdown. And you see people going back home bitter. Because they know the following morning, you are coming out with fear. You don't know what will happen next. You don't know what will happen. You might be moving on the street. What you will hear on the social media, they just attack a social market at Mbise. They just attacked a particular market at Okigwe. They just attacked, set ablaze a vehicle at Olu. And we've been hearing this for over 3 years. I think the people are happy. They are not happy. And the man at the helm of affairs is not even giving hope to the people. He's governing. It's not.
So how do you expect, what do you expect him to do? How would he give hope to Imolites?
Well, you watch Premier League, Champions League. If the proprietor of a particular club hires a coach or signs a coach to help build his team to Champions League or to an upper league after spending millions of naira, billions of dollars, and at the end of the day, instead of taking them to a higher league, he went for relegation. What do you expect? The proprietor will do what? Will dismiss you. If you don't have control over what you are in charge of, you exit. You exit when the ovation is loudest.
All right, of course, it's still the state of the nations, and we are looking at Imo today and political events. Remember, Sasoni Ndoku is still very much here in the studio, and you too can be part of this program. All you need to do is to call us via the phone lines 090 922 29922 or 091 226 77989. I repeat, 090 922 29922 or 091 226 77989. All right, so Sonia, I want to ask you, because when you come to the social media and maybe some other platforms, you get a lot of people singing praises of the current administration. In fact, some even go to the extent of saying it's the best government Imo has ever heard. And here you are saying that Imolites are tired of the government. I mean, what do you have to say about those people who are very passionate and, of course, supportive of the current administration? But you'll take that after the call. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Clinton and I'm calling from Owerri.
All right, Clinton, go ahead.
Concerning the upcoming election.
Pinpointed, but let's take another call. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Hello. Can you turn down the volume of the set? Sorry, I think I lost that. See if you can call back. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Sorry, just for security reasons, I might not want to review my identity. but
it's important.
I want to make a contribution. I want to make my contribution.
Yeah, but we need to know who you are, please. You need to let us know whom you are. It's very important.
I'm an Imolite also, and I live also in Imo State. So if you don't mind, please.
All right, go ahead. Make your contribution. Go ahead.
Okay, my contribution is one of the reasons why Imo, because you asked me a question a while ago, like why are Imo like still trying to vote him back into power?
Exactly.
One of the reasons are the current APC government has finally weaponized poverty. So most of the people who are going out there to vote for the APC is because of what they want to gain out of this whole thing, and it's so very painful to see, Nigerians, even Nigerians that can actually stand up for themselves. Because now, if you look at what is happening in Nigeria currently, you notice that everything, most Nigerians are going for, like people supporting is just because they don't have things to fall back on. There's hunger in the land. Now, tell me, why would somebody decide to go and vote for Sam Daddy when he or she has not eaten? And Sam Daddy might not be willing to splash the money or spend the money. But the current government will be willing to take our money, and splash it around to the people. And then it will come at their feet. Wow. So tell me, that is the reason why these governments have finally, the only thing it is, and the crazy thing is that what they are heading towards right now is they are heading towards a point where the hungry people one day take up arms and come after them. Come after them because they don't know where to fall back to. That is where we are finally heading to. If the current Supreme Court will legitimize forgery, will legitimize drug dealers as our president.
All right, I think I may not have you say that. Thank you. I guess you've actually made your point. Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Oh, sorry. See if you can actually call back. I understand that network is actually posing a challenge, but keep trying. You definitely get to us 09092229922 or 09122677989. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Oh, sorry. So bad. Well, and of course, we are still here. The state of the nation, Imo today, and political events. What's your take? 09092229922 or 09122677989. Hello, good afternoon. All right, I think network is actually not allowing these people get through. I don't know. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. It's Clinton calling back.
All right, Clinton, you have 15 seconds, please.
Okay. It is laughable that the governor just started working this Owerri road. It has been there for how long now, and because election is around the corner, he has come to put 1 or 2 meetings for people to see people. He is a joker. On 11th of November, we will show him that Imo is egalitarian and Republican in nature. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Clinton, for staging that comeback. And yes, I think Sassonia did ask you a question, and I would appreciate if you can react to that now.
Yeah, like you said, that you are worried with the way people...
No, I'm not worried. I said that you are here, just like some other callers, condemning, trying to let us know, or pinpoint rather, some of the pitfalls, or will I say, the shortfalls of the present administration. But there are people who also sing praises of the current administration. I mean, how do you see such?
I don't consider that as support. They're after something. The incumbent administration seeking for re-election.
Exactly.
And the people have done their assessment, and they have given their judgment about the present administration. The assessment about the present administration, that voting them back into power would be a mess for the state. So what they are doing, all these endorsements upon endorsement and endorsement on daily basis, is just targeted at getting what they can get for themselves and people around them.
Okay, let's admit this caller. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
We are on to Emetemba Hodike.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
And I want to use it to explain it. In Ghana, no Hajebema. The state government is your Hajebema, or we have an ATPL. We have a sick away. We have home. You go up at the Nihani and Punira and Meba. They need not have the name and point. Kiba who are Paka. Titan over Semama, who go for all. You get your Bema. Makihana, who sit in a candia. Oh, we have an apple actually. Okay, Anna, what I knew, Ghana, a blue satellite, a blue sat concrete, Nehru, 3 people. Everything Madu Nehru, Nime, Photo Red Mode. Apa can know where. Uga ke titare de posa na poso kutena posa chitin na-edeceive ndị mmadụ without enweghị ihe na-eme ebe ahụ. Ndị ọha ji ebe ma ka Chukwu napụta anyị. Ọkacha site na ọha ha ji.
Thank you very much.
Ka Chukwu napụta anyị na.
Thank you. I think you've actually made your point. Good afternoon.
No, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, this is DK Jorama from Owerri West.
All right, DK Jorama, go ahead.
Yes, I want to let you know that the man has been doing well as governor.
All right.
But he is working in some certain areas now. It's not because of this coming election, because he has been working before this election.
Okay.
If there's error, if there's a problem, what we have to do is to calm down and think on how to put things through. What has happened has happened. And everybody is not happy with it.
And what,
yes, we agree. Yes, we agree that there's something wrong, but we have to calm down and reason together. So
okay.
this good thing in your hand now will not go out of our hands.
All right. Can I ask you a couple of questions?
Yes, ask me.
All right. Have you been living within Imo State, and are you also attuned with some of the political events happening within the state?
Yes, the happenings is all over the country.
All right, let's start from the most recent one, the attack on the NLC president, which actually happened yesterday in the state capital, and so far no tangible information has been gotten in that regard as to who battered the NLC president in Imo State. I mean, how do you look at that?
Yes, I said we don't know who must have done this for now. So what we have to do is to calm down and think on what to do, how to handle the matter, and get the problem solved.
Are you actually getting the point? We are talking about the NLC president, Labour leader, right here in Imo State, and it's happened in the state capital under the watch of the current governor.
Yes, it happened here. It happened here. We agree. It happened here. Yes, nobody is happy about it. We agree. But we cannot continue talking one thing every minute. We have to think alternatively. How to solve the problem.
All right. So how do we solve the problem?
I'm telling you that we have to come together and think about it. Those who are
all right. I guess you do know we are talking about it right now, and that's why you're actually making this call.
We are not sure who must have done whatever. I think let's get the man treated and get the matter solved.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. Yeah. Okay, I was thinking he would give us some solutions to the problems, but he was not actually coming up straight with that very answer. Let's take more calls. Good afternoon. Oh, sorry, I think we actually lost that. Sasoni, we are laughing when that call came in, or rather when I was having that conversation with a caller, and I would want you to give some reactions to that.
I know the last caller admitted the fact that all is not well.
But he said we should come together,
and he suggested we should come together. I don't know which bus stop we should come, and we should convene this coming together. For the past 3 years, this government has came into power. They have never been a stakeholders meeting across political divide. What we always get is a sectional meeting, either some people coming in the name of elders council, either some people coming in the name of youth council, Imo women, endorsement. In a sane society, it is expected that with these security challenges, there should have been a security summit, and participants or invitees should be strictly for Imolites.
You know, I wanted to ask you because most people have accused the Labour leader. I think I've spoken with him here on radio a couple of times, and most people have accused him of working for the Labour Party. That was actually during, or will I say, very close to the presidential election. I want to ask you, is he also working for your own political party?
Oh,
I'm talking about the Labour leader, because many people, I think, some APC supporters, just like the last caller did say, he was working for the opposition party. They said he was working for Labour Party. So is he also working? I'm asking for the PDP.
You know, there's this perception about Nigerian Labour Congress when they are fighting for the Nigerian workers. They are perceived to be working for the opposition political parties. But when welfare being attended to as at when due. So if the Labour leader comes into the state in solidarity with his colleagues in Imo to drive home the message as regards challenges and no respecter of agreement between the state government and the labor unions as regards payment of arrears or pensions and salaries of workers, how could someone wake up one morning and say that such people fighting, agitating for what is due to them are working for the opposition political party?
All right, let's take more calls. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, against our studio.
Good afternoon, thank you.
My name is Ebenezer, a native of Aman Kotamberi, but I'm calling from Owerri. Sir, you have spoken, well. Kudos to you, sir. How can they say that it's an opposition? For what? Look at, there are these people called the Imo people guards, Imo workers, up to 2 to 3 years now. They have not been paid. And also that of the salaries of pensioners. And people protest, want to go from protest of their rights. Then their leader was, beaten. I mean, tell me what we call this thing. I mean, let the federal government, let the lawyers, activists, let them come out for this thing on behalf of Joaje, Yes, but this is the right thing to be done, and which they embark to do, and the can talk and want to mess him up. So I'm against it, sir. Have a nice, thank you.
Well, thank you very much for your contribution. Okay, I think we are saying something before.
When Comrade Adams Oshumole was the NLC president and was fighting the then President Olusegun Obasanjo's administration, he was accused of working for the opposition. Oshumole today, after his tenure, he was fortunate enough, got endorsement of a political party and emerged as a governor. Did it stop labor activity in that state? You can't stop it. Their job is to press harder, press forward when agreements are not respected.
All right, let's take another call. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is Dr. Francis Obiora.
All right, Francis, go ahead.
All you have said, you taking note of. Have you recently visited Douglas Road? Have you visited Douglas Road? If you have done so,
you still need to move away from your radio set. We are still
everywhere is flagged up with the current administration posters, right from court, Amajeke, down to Wedra Junction. Do we have? I don't know. I'm surprised. Down to that artist, only his own poster. And so you see how autocratic he is. So the matter is left in the hands of the electorate, the Imolites. I'm not from Imo State, but it's very surprising. I come from a Delta State, but I know that it was even for other political parties to also exhibit what they can offer to the people. We don't monopolize it. What happened to Ajero there? The governor cannot say he's not aware. Those security people were his own security guys. They just want to disturb the peace of the it shows how empty emptiness.
Hello? Oh, sorry. I think network is not really allowing him to exhaust all that he has to say. Do please call back if you can. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good
afternoon.
Good afternoon. Go ahead.
Prince Emma Okwara, calling from Drobans compound. Urebi Olo. I'm a retiree.
Okay.
I'm aware that my arrears, 4 years arrears, have not been paid, even though it has been paid to others. 42 months have not been paid, making it 97 months of arrears being owed me. And each time I demand for it, I'm told it is not, they are not ready yet to pay. If somebody like Ajeru something to say, give to Imokwana is arrears and pensions, of pensions. And I have no other source of income except that pensions. And then my children had hoped that I will do certain things for them based on my pensions. I'm not talking about gratuity now. And the guy Zero something to say, this should be done to me, even to me. And somebody picks him up and beats hell out of him. You expect me to sympathize with that person? Let them continue to deny who was responsible until one day they will deny that they are in government. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. That's quite funny coming from Prince Emma Okwara there. Thank you very much for your call. Well, I really sympathize with him. He said he's a retiree and he has not actually gotten his pension. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Yusuf Owerri.
Good afternoon to you.
And good afternoon, please. The person on the radio there.
Good afternoon, thank you.
Thank you very much. I am Elder Matthew Okoye. Elder Matthew Okoye is graduating from Omogoma, the West Local Government Headquarters. What really happened, as you were asking somebody there, what really, how did you see what happened, this, and he was answering the most he could. Yeah, but one thing he said repeatedly is that what happened is not good. Yes, and nobody will hear that the Labour leader was beaten. And he said, yeah, okay, we'll clap for the people who beat him. No, nobody will do that. Yes. But at the same time, you see, people who taught us in school say that we have something, the root cause of a song of something, and the present cause. See, all this while, Joe Ajero is our man, is our brother, and we are happy having that position. In Nigeria, nobody should say it's not happy. Myself, I've been very happy since we became in the. So at the same time, he has been planning of going on strike, sometimes shutting down the Nigeria, because of all these irregularities he found the government doing. Well, it's all right. And the people supporting him, do this, go ahead, we are in your support, go ahead. And most of the time, they will just go for roundtable conference. They will come out to say, okay, they have given us a little time again to discuss, and we are happy. Where people now are seeing it, and myself, the way I'm seeing it now that it's not good is that you said that they have court case, and court gave an order that nobody should try to go on strike. They should hold on. Then he said, okay, they are observing that interim injunction until just, yesterday. And there was a man whom they interviewed on radio day before yesterday, or 3 days ago. He says somebody he says in charge of labor. in Imo State here, and I think he was affiliated with what do you call it, IMSU. So he said that yes, they are not going on strike. They are observing the rules that the court has given that they should not go on strike. I had it when it was announced like that. Then the Oga Joe Ajero came from Abuja to Imo State, which is his hometown. Then, and you see the times we are in this time. Nobody's happy, everybody's dying, everybody's struggling to survive. And then, election is just 7 or 8 days to go. If there is this, call it a strike or shutdown, should there be election again? And in Imo State in particular, you have only 3 states, namely Bayelsa, Imo, and Kogi. You shouldn't have started with Imo. That's what we are talking. That's the way, this way I'm looking at it myself. I'm not talking for anybody. This is where I'm seeing it. As an elder, I'm saying this. God knows what I'm saying from my mind. Then, when starting from your hometown, your Jerusalem, why not go to other places? Some people, some governments are owing their people, not only Imo people. Yeah, so you start from there.
According to the last speaker, who is an elder, with due respect.
Hello?
Hello, yes.
Yeah, go on. Oh, sorry, I think you may need to call back. But I just do hope you are not calling to attack any individual. You can actually make your contribution or kind of register an objection to a point that is raised, but not attacking any individual. Is very important.
Misconception about the NLC president.
Okay.
And they say that a prophet is not honored in his home.
All right.
And because he's an NLC president from Imo extraction, then people can pick holes in some of the activities of the union. I think that is not fair to the NLC president. Like the last caller who said is an elder, and you say that why demand for areas of workers' salaries, pension areas, because we want to go in for election. An outgoing administration that has the resources to offset these areas of pensions and salaries. We should, the elder is advising that the workers should starve. Then after the election, and when the man loses election, the new administration will now be asked, we are being owed 40 something months arrears. We are being owed 10 months arrears of pensions. And the question will be, why this man was in government? What was the activities of the union? The people I'm asking this question, we have the Imo State NLC chairperson. We have the chairperson of Nigerian Civil Service Union. We have chairpersons of affiliated unions in the state. I have not heard any categorical statement as regards the assault and embarrassment meted on their national leader. That is to say, they are not in control of what they are doing in the state. You will recall last month that some of these labor leaders in the state endorsed the present administration for re-election. And this is the same people you expect to make a categorical statement condemning the action and assault on the national president. I believe they fall the same line with the elder that just made his presentation, that workers should not demand for the areas of salaries.
All right, thank you. You actually made that clarification. Let's take more calls. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, this is Daniel speaking from Owerri.
All right, Daniel, go ahead.
Yes, the issue at hand this afternoon is a very good one. Honestly, it's unfortunate issues here
that in the last 8 years and we are still having all these issues in Nigeria at large, and it's not ending soon. Issue of the NLC president Joe, I support what they did to him in one hand, because most of the time this man will threat to go on strike to shut down the country because of what is happening here. All of a sudden, they will call up, they will change their mind suddenly. Why the masses are behind them? They disappoint the masses, and people are not happy with them, with the way they are going on this issue. So that is the reason why I support it in one hand. But in the other hand, who is obeying court order in this country? Who? Tell me the person that is obeying court order from the federal to the local government. Tell me the person. The court order and the constitution of Nigeria is for the poor people, poor masses, not for the elite. So if anybody is talking of obeying court order and restricting judges from going on strike and this order, who is obeying court order? Is the state government obeying court order? Is the federal government obeying court order here in this country? Why are we not telling ourselves the truth? So my brother, in this country, until we find out how and when the rain started beating us in this country, we can never know where it stops. And we can never continue doing things the same way, the same pattern, the same system, and expect different results. Until the right thing being done in this country, we can never achieve positive results. Thank you. Have a nice working day.
Right, thank you very much for your contribution. I think Dana Chukwu was sharing the blame for both the government and the level leader. All right, let me take this message from Edmond Chiaka, who actually wrote through our Facebook handle, and he says, we only have dictators in government in this Imo state, and we are not practicing freedom of speech or democracy in the present government. And anything that happens in Imo state government will deny knowing about it, just like that one of the popular broadcaster here, which they denied initially before agreeing because of the pressure on them. God please help us from the mafians in government. Or I wouldn't actually want that kind of language. Okay, that's that's the position of Chinyaka there. Well, let's take more calls. Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, boss.
Good afternoon to you.
I'm Chigoze calling from Oji.
All right, Chigoze, go ahead.
Please permit me to speak in another tongue. Because Yemna Kowabo court order lasts for 14 days. Is it the duty of government to beat or not to go to court? So court to decide or another to pick Ajo. My brother, only now working here, not regular bias and that good. Is the government paying their workers up to this amount? Only now working here, that he should start now can it be done from Bayelsa. Okay, this our good friend that always come from Molo. You see, also now the ghost workers. Okay, only now working here. Now I got the 13 months salaries. Aging the workers in the states. And now what? And this government they divide the labor into two. During the workers' day, all Kurandiko was American Bujuku. Labor had a Port Harcourt road. A JT Shandika saw hoodlums. Okay, when you know what the what the same Judge Ramon Deco. Are we serving for the security of this state? Ebene ma wonye kore ihe owo oge kore ya. So now Ghana dey agwanyi na anyi mere government. So ikopa dem the only alternative to come le mere anya berebo. This young man anya rural. Now first time for the Senate. Now harmonize it for Eastern Development Center. They ba put the tunnel and Douglas Road. We take you attract from federal from MDDs. I want you to join what's the answer. maybe Gamara Aladimani Hende or Samdaji, and very women and obedient human being. Only in the primary election under PDP 2015,
all right, thank you very much.
Hello?
You've actually made your point. Thank you.
Because just let me land.
All right, you've made your point actually, and I think that's it. We are looking at Imo today and political events. Is the state of the nation, and it's not wise you personalize the whole thing. You made your point, so let others be allowed to do so. I mean, to make their own points too, so that we can manage the remaining time effectively. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Oh, sorry, I think I lost that. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. I'm back. Priscilla Okwana, calling from Brabant's compound.
All right, you have 15 seconds, Priscilla Okwana.
Okay, thank you for the chance again. I want to ask you, ministers. Now that there are present administrators, I mean those in governance, have turned us into zombies. I hope you know what a zombie is. They are taking us to be zombies, people who do not think, robots. Otherwise, what we are trying to explain that happened yesterday in Imo, should it happen? It should not. But I don't want to delve into it. But I want to say, ask you, now that they have taken us as zombies, I want you, Eustace, to tell me, what do we do? And because if we look for a way to salvage ourselves, they said we are politically whatever. I wish to ask, what do we do? If somebody is promising me to pay me my arrears, am I wrong in going his own way to try him?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prince Sima.
Let me quickly react to that.
Okay, I wanted to ask you a question,
okay.
Sir Sonindoku. Maybe you can also start from this one, because I wanted to ask, for want of time, because recently part of the events that actually dominated the week right here in Imo State is the issue of the whole hotels in Imo State, especially in Owerri here, being booked by the state government. And I ask, why that? I mean, this is the first time I'm hearing that a state government has booked virtually all the hotels, and you and I know the cost of doing this. And I want to ask you, at whose expense?
Well, on the 25th of October, there was an internal memo from the Ministry of Culture and Tourism, signed by the Honorable Commissioner Barrister Jerry Egemba, and I was trending on the social media, directing CEOs and general managers of hotels within the Owerri Metropolis to send their accommodation details to the ministry. The request was that between November 4th to 11th, all the rooms in all the hotels within the Owerri Metropolis will be booked to be paid for by the state government. Their reason for that, only God knows. It's unfortunate that under this administration, a government functionary will issue a statement. When the people react, and when the presidency react to it, the same government or the same administration will give release another statement that we are unaware of the statement. Less than 24 hours ago, and less than 24 hours after this trending issue, the spokesperson of the Imo State government, the information officer, the Honorable Commissioner for Information, denied knowledge of...
But it was duly signed?
That's what I'm saying. There's a principal officer of a government will issue a release. Another principal officer will deny knowledge of such a release. That is the administration we find ourselves. And that is why Imolais are saying, this administration, that one principal officer of the government will issue a release, another principal officer of the government from another department will counter such release. That's what we'll be following. As according to Adeoro's case, the government denying knowledge, and the journalists who were on ground to cover this event, as according to the Arise TV, mentioned categorically aides of the present chief executive officer of the state who led the attack. The video clips are there. Arise TV, I watched it this morning. So I want to say that this issue of shutting down the hotels is targeted at locking down the state. Their aim from our investigation is, if they succeed, if not for the alarm we raised, particularly the People's Democratic Party, if not for the alarm we raised, and they decided to disown the Honorable Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, if not for the alarm, what they wanted to do was, from 3rd of November, they will lock down all the hotels within the metropolis. After they have succeeded in that, 2 days after, they will issue a directive, curfew, a week to the election. No vehicular movement. Who are they after? Opposition political parties. And they will now tell you, if you are not on essential duty, who confirms who is on essential duty? It's the power that be. Because you, as an opposition political party, you don't have access to INEC to get your tag. As an election observer, journalists cannot move out because you must have to get your accredited tag from the INEC. So when they lock down the state, it is only those who are on essential duty that will do their bidding that will be allowed to move around the states. And when there is no vehicular movement, 48 hours to the election, when sensitive election materials which is expected to be distributed across the 27 LGAs, they will not carry out that activity or that exercise through drivers, members of that are loyal to
Sasonindugu, thank you very much. Even though, yes, I know that there has been reactions on the part of government to that effect.
Because as a result of the alarm we raised.
All right, thank you. And of course, I will thank God it's all false. Good afternoon.
Hello, Boss FM. I call back Daniel Chukwu from over 30 seconds.
All right, you have 10 seconds, please, Daniel.
He gave himself 30 seconds.
Okay. Yes, as I have said, I think the NLC President George can understand now that the country we are in does not hear or understand carrot approach. They only hear the violence language and the demonstration or strike. So that whenever he has the opportunity to go on strike, he has to do it without further notice.
All right, thank you. You've actually made your point, and at this point, Sasonindugu, I would want you to give your final words and, of course, react to some of the calls. We are actually running out of time.
Okay, I want to encourage Imo electorates. We call them the real voters, not the magic voters, the real voters, the legitimate voters. I want to encourage them to come out en masse come November 11 governorship election. They should ensure that they come out to their polling units as early as 7:30 a.m. because by coming early, they'll be able to know those who are manning the various polling units, the ad hoc staff, and the assigned security operative to the polling units. Ensure you vote for your choice candidate and protect your vote. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Sasonindugu, for coming today on the program. And of course, thank you to our wonderful listeners for being part of today's program. Mr. Rapport, thank you. Clinton, also thank you. Metumba Humike, Dike Diorama, thank you very much. Beniza, you're really appreciated. Francis Obiora, thank you. Also thank you. Prince Emma Okwara, Elder Matthew, Daniel Chukwu, and of course Chigozi and host of others. Thank you very much. And importantly, thank you, Edmond Chinyaka, for your message and a whole lot of other messages I could not take, probably for want of time, and maybe some of the languages I saw, I really wish you could use proper languages when you are writing for the radio. Thank you very much, and of course that's all we can take on today, the state of the nation. And don't forget, we looked at Imo today, and of course political events. More will be coming your way within the time, at least from now till the Guba election. Thank you and bye for now. My name is Eustace Okere.
We don't play by the rules, we create them. Boss Radio 98.9 FM.